We've seen how to use curves to build NURBS surfaces, but we also can go the other way. We can take a NURBS surface and use that to create curves. Now, these curves can be used as points to create other surfaces that attach NURBS surfaces together. So let's go ahead and take a look at how this works. Now, it starts with an isoparm, and this is just one other use of isoparms. So I'm going to select this object and right-click above it and go into isoparm mode. And then I'm going to left-click at the end here and drag this out. Now, it doesn't really matter where this is. This is really just a demonstration. And so I have this isoparm, and if I want, I can use this to create a curve. So if we go into curves, you'll see that we have duplicate surface curves. And when I do that, it creates a curve. Now, this is just a standard NURBS curve, but this curve is also locked to the surface. Now, I have history turned on, and because I have history turned on, this curve will follow along with its originating surface. So if I were to, say, deform the surface, say maybe take some control vertices and scale them up or something, that curve will stay locked to that surface. And if I go back in object mode, select this curve, I can also move it. And again, if I modify or change the originating surface, this curve will still move relative to that surface. And that's a great little feature. Now, all this depends on having history turned on. So let's go ahead and use this little tidbit of information to create a bridge between these two surfaces. So again, I'm going to select a surface, right-click, go into isoparm, and this time I'm going to move my isoparm to the inside open edge of that object. And again, we're going to go curves, duplicate surface curves. So now I have one curve. Let's go over to the other one, right-click, isoparm. Again, we're bringing this right to the opening here. And we're going to duplicate this surface curve. So now I have two surface curves, and I'm going to go ahead and select each one of these by shift selecting them. And now that we have them, we can do a loft. So I'm going to go into surfaces, loft, and that will basically create a surface between those two curves. And there we go. So now I have this third surface that connects the first two. Now the nice thing is that I have history turned on, so all of this moves as one. And so I get this nice kind of stretchy in-between surface that allows me to move these. Now, this isn't the only way that you can use this sort of curve. So let's go ahead and do this once more. I'm going to go ahead and right-click above this second surface here, go into isoparm, and this time let's go ahead and select the open outer edge. And again, go into curves, duplicate surface curves. Now with this selected, let's say I wanted to go ahead and cap this surface. Well, all I have to do now is just do surfaces, planar, and because this open edge is flat along a plane, I now have a planar surface which caps that. And again, because history is turned on, all of this moves together. So hopefully you can see some nice possibilities for modeling in this sort of technique. So if you need to duplicate a curve that matches a surface, you can start with an isoparm and then just do duplicate surface curves.